Hello guys, today I'm going to play Shogi in 81 Dojo. Today I want to play the fourth Rook strategy, but let's see how it goes. My opponent chose the central Rook strategy. Well, so after my opponent's move, I'm going to move my Rook to the fourth square from the left. Yes, now I moved my rook here. This is called the force file rook strategy. Okay, now my opponent is trying to move his silver to the forward, so I need to move my silver forward as well. When you play shogi, one of the important things is when your opponent is moving the pieces forward, then you also should move your pieces forward as well. Okay, now my opponent moved his silver forward, then I need to move my silver forward as well. That's how we keep the balance. And after this, the castling is very important as well. If you have played chess before, then you would know the castling, like to protect your king. Oh, this is an interesting move. My opponent might push the pawn forward again. Then, if I take the pawn back, then my opponent might take my bishop. So I need to I need to make my bishop go up. Then, yeah, the bishop is protected by my knight. Well, hmm. So today I want to do the Mino castling. Mino castling in Japanese it's called Minogakoi. It's a very basic castling. But shogi or chess really depends on what your opponent does. So we need to look at what our opponent does. Okay, my opponent moved his king, so I also move my king to the right side. When I have time, I usually put Japanese chess videos in Japanese in a different channel, but recently, one of my friends from different countries gave me advice to do it in English, so this is my first time to do this video recording in English. The notation is different from chess. When you play chess, you would use alphabets and numbers. But in Japanese chess, you just use numbers. So my opponent moved his king. The notation is called 3-2 because the number starts from 1 to 9 from right to left and 1 to 10 from the top to the bottom. So my opponent king position is called 3-2. And then I moved my king to 3-8. And today the time limit is we both have 15 minutes, and after the time run out, then we still have 60 seconds for each move. In your opponent's turn, the important thing is to guess what your opponent might do. In this situation, one of my guesses is my opponent might move his silver, which is 5-3 to 5-4. that's one of the possible ways. Yes, he moved his silver to 5-4. Then you don't have to use too much time on your turn, so that's one of the important strategy. Now I'm heading towards my castling. After my opponent's turn, I want to push my silver, which is located in 3-9 to 3-8. And yeah, I'm interested in what my opponent does. I mean, the castling. He or she might do, well, Anaguma, which is a very strong castling. My opponent's king goes to the up, right and top side. Then the king is very far from where we fight, so it's difficult to attack my opponent king. So when you play shogi, there's defense and attack. So defense is about how to protect your castle. Then you need to learn how to do the castling like chess. And when it comes to attack, you need to learn what pieces you should move. In generally, in shogi, you need to use rook, bishop, silver, and knight for attack. Oh, this is very interesting move. He pushed his pawn forwards, then I can take it. Yeah, he might take the pawn back. Then, yeah, I need to do something. But, okay, he might push his, pawn forward. Wow. What I should do? Interesting. Okay. Before my opponent gets my pawn, I pushed my silver forward. Then I can protect my pawn on 6-5. Interesting. Well, even if my opponent gets my pawn on 6-5, then I can take it back with my silver and rook, so there aren't any problems. So I moved my silver to 3-8, and this castling is called minogakoi. Mi means beautiful. The more you get to use to Japanese chess, you would probably feel this castling is beautiful. This is also very interesting move. This is a difficult situation, so I need to think about it. Well, I pushed my pawn forwards on the side. Well, I want you to look at the castling. My castle is harder than my opponent's, so I can, if my opponent comes to me, then my castling is hard, so it's not easy for my opponent to attack my king. So yeah, interesting. What should I do? Okay, I push my pawn forward. Then after this, I can move my gold to 4-7. Then I can make Takamino-gakoi, which is very similar to the previous Minogakoi. I just move one gold up. It is called developing a castling. Oh, my opponent is attacking me, so I need to protect our pieces or king. Well, if I do nothing, then my opponent is going to get my bishop on 7/7, so I need to escape my bishop or I need to take this knight. Well, let's see. Okay, this time I escaped my bishop from knight's attack. Let's see what my opponent does. My opponent's knight might jump to 5/7, but I can take it back with my silver, so I hope it's not a big deal. Oh, this is an interesting move. Well, I can take it back with my pawn, but he can put his pawn on 5/7. Well, let's see. But I suppose I have no choice but to take the pawn. Otherwise, he's gonna push his pawn forward again. Then he can promote his pawn to the gold, which is called funari. So improves one of his pieces to the better level. So I need to avoid it. My guess in this situation is he's going to put his pawn on 5/7. Then I might need, I'm not sure, I need to think about it. 5/7 pawn, 5/7 silver, 5/7 knight, knight promotion, 6/2 rook. This is how I think in my brain. When we play shogi or chess, we need to imagine what my opponent does. So today I'm using the fourth file rook strategy, which is I put my rook on the fourth file from the left side, and my opponent put his rook on the fourth file from the left as well. So this is not easy to win because the rook is on the same file. So both of us, how do you call it? Like, yeah, their pieces just in front of you, so it's not easy to attack. Oh, now my opponent is thinking about his move. My opponent castling is not very hard. I would call it like soft. So if he gives me too many pieces, yeah, in the end game, it's easy for me to attack. So okay, he put his pawn there. Interesting. Well, how should I attack? 5/5 pawn, 5/5 silver, 5/5 silver, 5/5 bishop. That sounds good. That doesn't sound good. Okay, then I'm going to push my pawn forwards. Then I made a space for knight to jump. So my knight is on 2/8. This one can jump to 3/7 in the future. Some of the people must be feeling like, why don't you attack? Yeah, that is true. There might be a way to attack, but actually when you play shogi, it's much slower than playing chess. Um, yeah, and especially in this strategy, this force fire rook strategy, this is kind of like a defensive way to attack. It's an interesting expression, but when my opponent attacks me, then I protect my pieces, but with my opponent's power or attack, I can reverse the power back to my opponent. That's how I attack. Ah, interesting. The goal is going forwards. The positive side is he can use this piece for attacking. But the negative side is the gold went away from his king, so the castling got weaker. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to push my gold to 4-7. Then this castling is called Takami no Gakoi. It's high, beautiful castling. Well, my opponent move is very interesting. I think my opponent is also struggling how he or she attacks. Okay, then I push my knights forward. Oh, interesting. That's how he wants to how do you say it? That's how he wants to attack my bishop. He wants to move his gold to 8-5 next, then he can take my bishop. Well, interesting. Is it finally time to go for me? Well, I need to think. 6-5 silver. 6-5 silver. Well, doesn't sound right. 7-7 7-7 knight, 7-7 knight, 7-7 knight promotion, 7-7 silver. Wow. But I have to do this because it's important to use all the pieces when you play shogi or chess. If you don't use the pieces, all the pieces, then there's a less chance to attack your opponents effectively. So on the right side, I've been using most of the pieces in a very very effective way. But oh, this is also difficult. This is a very difficult choice. I can take it with my silver or bishop. Wow, I would probably take it with my silver. Yeah, I would probably have to take it with my silver. Wow, yeah. My opponent might push his goal to 8-5. That's one possibility. What else could it be? If my opponent pushes his goal to 8-5, the next move is going to he's gonna get my bishop with that gold. Then I can't protect my silver on 7-7. So I need to think about that. Wow, this is a very interesting game. But my opponent is using more time than me, so in the end game, on the last stage of the game, he would have a lower time, smaller time, so it could be difficult to make a right decision. Oh, interesting. He put his knight. He's trying to attack my silver. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, now I'm going to put my pawn in front of my opponent rook. He would probably take it with his rook, I guess. Then I can put my knight on 5-5. Then I can defense my opponent's bishop move, and I can try to attack my opponent rook as well. Yeah, this would be a very difficult decision. My opponent can take my pawn, or he or she can also take 7/7 silver as well. Okay, this. Now I can put my knight on 5-5. So now, if my opponent gets my silver on 7/7, then I can take it back with my bishop on 8-6. So now I'm attacking my opponent's rook, so he would probably escape his rook somewhere else, I suppose. Oh, it wasn't. He took my knight with his silver, then I will take it back with my pawn. This move, well, he might take the pawn with his bishop on 2-2, with 2-2. What's gonna happen? I still have 5 minutes, but my opponent has 15 seconds and 60 seconds for each move. If my opponent moves his bishop to 5-5, then I would probably move my silver to 6-6. Then I can escape the attack from the knight, and I can attack my opponent's bishop. Let's see how it goes. By the way, my rank level is first dan, and my opponent level is first Q. So which is one rank difference. So we are close to the same level. So it's getting interesting. Okay. My opponent moved his gold to the forward. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to push my silver forward. Well, when we compare the price, when we compare the value of the pieces between the gold and bishop, of course, bishop has higher value, but in this particular situation, I feel like it is not a big deal even if my opponent gets my bishop with his gold. Which is, oh, okay, he pushed his golds in front. I thought he's gonna take my bishop. Alright. This is also quite interesting move. Okay. Now I'm going to take his knight with my silver. I believe he's gonna take it back with his pawn. Then, now what I'm gonna do? I feel like I should push my pawn on 5-5 to 5-4. Okay, let's do it. If I can move my pawn located on 5-4 to 5-3, then the promotion is gonna happen. The promotion means this piece is going to get stronger than just pawn. This pawn is going to have a function of gold. So the more pawn goes forwards, the more there's advantages for it. Okay, now he took my bishop with his gold, so I need to take it back with my pawn. Okay, now I want you to look at the board widely, I mean on the whole board. Then my castling is still very hard, very strong, but my opponent's castling is not very strong from the attack on the left side, because there's a silver and gold on the bottom, I mean on the top from my side, but he's not protecting the side of the king. Ah, interesting. Wow. I believe I should move my rook next to it. Then I can push my pawn to 5-3 in my next turn. That's my aim. Okay, in my opponent's turn, important thing is to guess what my opponent does. There's a chance that he might get my I forgot how to call it in English. On the left and bottom, Lancer? Lancer, I suppose. Oh, okay, he put his knight. This is not just to attack my gold, but also to stop my path for my rook. Interesting. What should I do? Well, not really sure, but I think I should push back my gold. Well, my opponent might push his or her piece. Oh, it wasn't. Okay, he's using his bishop to attack my rook. This is also very interesting. Okay, now I'm going to jump. I'm going to push my knight forward. Then I can aim at the promotion of pawn to 5-3. My opponent can take my rook, which is located on 5-8, but I can take it back with my gold above, so I feel it's not a big deal. Still, my castling is okay. Ah, interesting. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to put a pressure on my opponents. My next move is going to be like, I put my gold on 3-3, then he takes it back with his knight. That's how it could be. So he protected the 3-3 square with his silver. Well, what I'm gonna do? 3-3 silver, 3-3 knight, 3-3 knight promotion, 3-3 silver. It's hard. Okay, I put 3-3 silver, 3-3 knight, 3-3 knight, 3-3 knight promotion. Okay. but I feel like I can go, so I'll try. Yeah, okay, let's go. And I can take it back with my knight, and he will take it with his king. Then I can put my knight again over here, so I feel like I can still attack my opponent king. Oh, he took it with his bishop. Okay, then I need to take it with my pawn. Oh, very interesting move. Very interesting. What should I do with this? So he's trying to get my pieces, either silver or rook. Ah, it's a very strong opponent. What should I do? Okay. I'm going to take my opponent's knight with my rook. Ah, interesting. That's right. That's a good move. Okay, I can take it back with my gold, and he will come to 5/5 bishop. Then I need to protect it, putting a piece between my king and my opponent's bishop. Probably 3/7 something. Well, that's hard to. Okay, probably. Yeah, 3/7 knight. Yeah, it's a great battle. It's hard to say which is going better. I have less strong pieces, but my opponent's rook on 6/3 is not working very well, so it seems like a good battle. Well, what my opponent is gonna do? I want to put my knight on 2/5. Okay. Well, this is a check, so my opponent needs to escape from the check. Okay. Okay, I put my rook on 3/3, then he can take it back with his bishop, but I can take it back with my knight promotion, and my opponent can take it back with his king, but then I can put my bishop on 8/8. Okay, yeah, that's how it's gonna go. Oh, so he escaped. Interesting. Interesting. This is very interesting. Alright. So my opponent king is escaping towards left. So I need to put my piece on the left side somewhere. Okay, I'm going to put my gold on 7/2. Then my opponent king can't escape to 6/1 or 6/2. Let's see what's gonna happen. Oh, interesting. Okay, then I'm going to support my gold with my pawn. if my opponent gets my gold with his silver, then I can take it back with my pawn, and it goes to the promotion. It's going to get promoted. Interesting. Okay. So I got his silver, and he can take it back with his king. But I can put my silver here, so I can take my opponent's piece, either king or rook. So that's my well, all right. It's not check. It's not checkmate. Yeah. Okay, I can take it with my silver, and well, it seems like there should be a checkmate, but I'm not sure if that really exists. Okay, I'm going to put my rook on 6-1. Let's see how my opponent king goes. Probably 7-3, I suppose. 7-3. Oh, that way. I didn't expect that. Really? Huh. Yeah, this is very interesting. Okay, I put my silver in front of my opponent's king. Then he cannot escape forwards. So that's how I close my opponent's path to escape. So there are mainly 3 stages when you play shogi, like first stage, second stage, and third stage, which is like now. I mean, like the end game. So the goal of shogi is to checkmate your opponent's king. So now it's an endgame, so you have to checkmate your opponent's king. Well, I can escape towers above. Well, my castling was strong in the first or second stage of the game, but now it's not very hard, so I need to how do you call it? I need to checkmate my opponent king now. I have to think about it. Yeah, I think I found the way of checkmate, but my opponent might find a way to escape his king. Okay, I think I can checkmate my opponent king, but I need to double check. I put my knight on 4-6, then my opponent's king would escape to 5-3, then I can put my bishop to 6-4, then I think I can win. Like this. Yeah, there's only one square which my opponent's king can escape to, which is 5-3, but I can put my bishop on 6-4, so I suppose it's gonna finish. But my opponent is thinking if there's a way to escape. but it seems pretty hard. My rook is doing a good job. Okay, so my opponent resigned this game, so I won this game. So thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked this video, please subscribe my channel or push the like button. Thank you for watching. See you.